Okay, so today we're going to go through the mathematical questions inside the electrician's theory exam, 20th of June 2015. So the first question that generally throws people, this one here. So we have a 400 volt, three-phase deep fryer that's rated to 15 kilowatts. We want the maximum current that must be carried by the final subcircuit supplying the deep fryer. Should get a calculator for this, but let's do it with my phone just for the demo one. So don't have it ready. You can get an app called PowerCalc. It's free, and this gives you a decent scientific calculator. Unfortunately, it has ads, never used to. So the formula that we're using here is power equals square root of 3 times V line times I line. Now, we need to calculate I line for this one because we're after the total current. So we have our values that we substitute in. So power is 15,000 equals square root of 3 times our V line, which is 400 volts, times by our I line. Now, we want to get our I line. So to do this, we need to divide both sides because this is the equal sign. It's the center of our fulcrum for our maths. So we do the same thing to both sides. Square root of 3 times 400 because I want to get rid of the square root of 3 times 400. So I'm dividing by the square root of 3 times 400. Since I've done it on one side, I have to do it on the other side. Square root of 3 times by 400. And now these cancel out. Because of this, we now have I line equals 15,000 divided by square root of 3 times 400. Now, a common mistake, depending on your calculator, is you will find it'll either extend that over there if you're not careful, and then you will actually do the square root of 3 times 400, which will be the square root of 1200. We do not want that. The other issue that we often come across is it does 15,000 divided by the square root of 3 times by 400. We do not want that. Whenever you have this line drawn like this, these brackets are implied, both the top and the bottom. Since this one is 15,000, we don't have to put it in. This one we do. So we've got a few ways we can do this on our calculator. One is using the fraction button, which some of you guys are fortunate to have. I do not have on this calculator, I believe. So what we're wanting to do is, and the easiest way is to actually do the multiple first. So square root of 3 times by 400. So my calculator doesn't extend it past the square root of 3. And that gives us that value there. Now we can go 15,000 and then divided by shift answer. So shift equals to get the answer button, and that will actually divide it by the value we had, meaning I didn't have to write down any values or do any rounding. So we get 21.65 amps. And if we look at our model answers, we get 21.65 amps.